what's up you guys? It's your girl Tititaughtyou and welcome back to my channel. Today, based on the title of the vlog, we're going over two things. Now, when it comes to me having my tea with Tititaughtyous, I like to write down my ideas, and this came across my head actually yesterday, and I was thinking about how influencers are online. So with that being said, the two topics are going to be social media gatekeeping content and are influencers, streamers, the new celebrities. So I wanted to talk about this because I feel like, I don't know if it's me, but I feel like social media now is being gatekept by maybe the marketing team or someone who's behind the wheel. Maybe it's tech, maybe it's Elon Musk. I don't know, but I feel like when it comes to my content being seen, like let's say it's on Instagram or TikTok, I feel like something is not pushing through, like as if my content is being gatekept. So I spoke to my boyfriend about this, and he was telling me about how social media works nowadays when it comes to like Instagram, for example. He mentioned that if you pay to push your content, like let's say you boost your photo on your Instagram, you boost your image, and now the algorithm is going to identify that, oh, this person would pay for their content to be pushed. So they purposely limit as to who will see your social media content online. That mind blows me. By the way, there is no tea in this video today. We are actually drinking water and oil of oregano. So I put some drops in it. This is what I drink when I have my allergies kicking in. So I'm telling you guys, I drink this and it's good. And disclaimer, if you ever tasted oil of oregano before, it's not tasty. It's giving photosynthesis. It tastes like allergy. It ain't, yeah, it ain't cute. But it's good for you, I promise you, and helps your skin. So if you are the person that pushes your content on your page, like you boost your pictures, now the algorithm's gonna be like, this person's willing to pay. So I'm gonna purposely gatekeep who can see this person's content, this consumer's content. And the more you pay, the more they limit it. So I'm not gonna lie, I have pushed my content before. It gets you more not following. I mean, it does help with your following, like it does. But it also, like I mentioned to you before, the algorithm is going to realize that you're willing to pay when it should be just organic. It shouldn't matter who comes onto your page, who sees your page. I shouldn't have to pay to push a content if it's on the World Wide Web. Does that make sense to you? So it kind of, not even kind of, it does suck, because here I am pushing my content like, yeah, it's a guarantee you to have 10,000, 15,000 more views and 15,000, 50,000 more followers, like you push your content. But I'm over here like, that tells me that somebody is behind the system controlling who gets to see my stuff. That's not fair. I think that the minute you post social media, whether it's Instagram, whether it's TikTok, whether it's High Five, whether it's Snapchat, whether it's Facebook, I shouldn't have to pay for somebody to see my content. I should be able to just post something, and organically, if you see it on your newsfeed because you generate about sports or fashion or dance or traveling, it should come on your newsfeed. No, like it's really crazy. Like if you think about it, like right now, for example, if you don't know, right now is World Cup season. We talked about this on my previous vlog. So right now, all you see on your newsfeed probably is FIFA World Cup. All you see is football, FIFA, and that's all you see. But the person that owns Instagram, I believe it's Mark Zuckerberg, right? I could be wrong. They get to control who gets to see your content. And they know right now it's all about FIFA. But let's say you're talking about something woke. Let's say you're talking about something that like talks about how you can cure cancer. What if you're a person that can control who gets to see that kind of information and you don't want them to see it because you want them to buy this product to cure cancer? You see what I'm saying? I don't think people realize how dangerous it is for you to control the narrative as to what you can have people see online. Like these people who are in tech and business owners and billionaires, they really get to control what you see on social media. It doesn't matter what it is. It's really crazy. Like, doesn't that mind boggle you? And I'm not here being a conspiracy theorist. This is a real thing. Like if you control, if I own an app, very simple. If I own an app, I get to control what can be seen on the app. because it's under my control. You see what I'm saying? Now, I also wanted to mention when it comes to like social media, that's how you get like clipped. Some people are afraid to say, like I'll say it here, like shadow ban. People don't want to say that online. So they purposely say certain words and they start to like use different kind of characters on purpose so they don't get clipped. It's wild. I'm over here like, why can't you just let somebody post their content? Like, just let it be seen. You know what I mean? If it reaches out to somebody, it reaches out to somebody. I think that if you want to reach a certain kind of community, why should I have to pay to push that kind of content? It's definitely a money marketing scheme. Like, it's very, very money grab. You know what I mean? It's a crazy money grab, but it works because people will pay. But now, in order for your content to be seen, you have to pay every single time, because now not tricked, but the algorithm has tricked you now that you can only be seen if you pay. I hate it. Oh, that is crazy. That is so crazy, so crazy. Speaking of social media, we can now segue about the new topic. Do I think do I think influencers and streamers are the new celebrities? I'm gonna say yes. The reason why I say yes is because I'm looking at what's being pushed right now through content. A lot of these celebrities, let me not say celebrity, actually yes, a lot of these celebrities, I personally feel like LA is quiet right now. LA is dry. Not a lot of things are popping off in the city. You know what I mean? Not a lot of bookings, not a lot of movies are happening, a lot of remakes are happening. And I feel like the only way you can stay relevant is if you hop on a streamer's live stream to be popping. You see what I'm saying? This could be anybody. This could be Kai Cenat. This could be DDG. This could be Zoe. This could be I Show Speed. This, like, you know what I mean? Like, this could be a whole bunch of people who are like well-known, infamous streamers. And you could be a gamer, an infamous gamer. You can be, I see this guy, like Mr. Beast. Like, people like that, you know what I mean? Like, people that can really push content. And publicists, PRs, they're like pushing their artist, their actor, their actress, their whoever celebrity, you know what I mean, TikToker, whatever the case may be. They would put them on these streams to get more views. And I'm over here like, I get you're trying to stay relevant. Like, even artists, even musicians, artists, producers, they'll like hop on these streams and they're trying to be relevant again. You know what I mean? I'm looking at it like the streamers are now being seen as celebrities. They're getting invited at red carpet events. They're getting invited to do movies. They're getting invited to do endorsements for commercials for different kind of brands. It's really crazy. Like, I could turn on the TV and I could see a regular streamer from like Twitch now doing an endorsement for Adidas or Puma, whatever the case may be. Not a bad thing, but it's just like, I feel like they're being more glorified right now because they have the younger generation's attention. And it's not a bad thing, you know what I mean? I just feel like right now it's their time to have their limelight shine on them, which is pretty interesting because it's like, you have kids out here that think, oh, just be a streamer, I'll be famous. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that's a bad thing if you don't want to be a streamer. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I just feel like the generation below me, because I'm a millennial, I'm born 1993. I feel like these millennials in my generation, we were the ones that come from the 9-to-5s, but also entrepreneurs are pushing not the W-2s, but the W-9s now. We're pushing the LLCs and stuff like that. We're not trying to all be doctors and nurses or lawyers. We want to be like our own people that own laundromats and hair salons and businesses as a stylist, etc., etc. And now we have the younger generation. They don't want to work 9-to-5 jobs. They do not want to go to college. Some do. I'm just saying as a whole from what I've seen. Not all want to go to college. Not all want to work a 9-to-5 job. Some of them just actually want to stream and make money and be online. And they're figuring out different ways to make money, which is not a bad thing. I just feel like they glorify it in a way where anybody can just stream and become famous. When that's not the case at all. You need to have like tenacity. You need to have that kind of je ne sais quoi, that kind of oomph factor. You know what I mean? Not everybody can stream all day, all night till like 3 in the morning, edit the content, push it out, and be in a consistent schedule. You know what I mean? It's pretty tough. Like one of my homegirls, for example, she's not a streamer, but she's a TikToker, and she puts out amazing content. Shout out to Ashley. She pushes out like 3 to 4, 3 to 5 TikTok videos a week, and now she's at 10.1K. And that's because she's staying consistent. You see what I'm saying? It's not like she's working a 9-to-5 job doing this. No, she wanted to do this because it makes her happy. It's not a hobby. It's something that she adores and what she likes to do. So naturally, she organically made that the mass population on her TikTok page to be 10.1K. You know what I mean? So I see how these young kids, they want to do these kinds of things because they want to avoid working the job. But you have to also put the work in. And I'm not trying to knock and say that if you don't want to work a 9-to-5 job, like do something else. I just feel like the young streamers right now, they're definitely being glorified as celebrities, but it's also like something that people need to understand. If you want to get there, you have to put in the work. I feel like the younger generation are trying to cut corners to make quick money. You know what I mean? They're trying to find different ways to become that celebrity, to have that chain, to have that ring, to have that watch. And it's just like, no matter what you do, you have to put in the work. No matter what you do, I'll say it again, you have to put in the work. You want to be a streamer, you have to edit, you have to record, you have to buy the equipment, you have to invest in yourself. But you can't just automatically just do that. You have to work a job. You need to work a job to make money for that dream. You have to fund the dream. I've said this before mad times on my Tea with Tititaughtyou videos. Like, this is something that's really real. Like, you don't just automatically wake up and become a streamer and not work when rent is due tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I get it. Like, these kids are kids. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, like, you don't just out of nowhere become a famous streamer. You have to like work your way up. You could be a regular kid working at Taco Bell, and the minute you get home, you can stream. That's what I'm saying. You have to start from somewhere to get to somewhere. You know what I mean? So that's my spiel. Like, I didn't want to make this too long-winded. I just wanted to like put my thoughts out there and like wonder what you guys thought, because I just feel like I want to say older, because it's not what I'm trying to say. People that are known to be actors, dancers, music producers, it's not a bad thing to stay relevant. That's what you want to do. You want to be popping. You want to be relevant. You want to be a part of the trend. The trend is your friend. And right now, the trend right now is streamers being influencers. Not influencers. Well, yeah, streamers being influencers and streamers being celebrities. So what they try to do is they have their publicists book them to be on these streamers' live streams to make them relevant and also boost their numbers and also boost the streamers' numbers. You know what I mean? I just feel like sometimes, when it comes to these celebrities, they're figuring out different ways of income, maybe they're figuring out different ways to stay relevant. Maybe they're figuring out different ways to become relevant again. Not saying that not all are irrelevant. I just see what, like, you know, game peeps game. Like, even music artists do this too. Let's say you're a rapper and you have an upcoming rapper coming out, so to make you pop off, which is a good business plan, to make you pop off some more or make you stay relevant and stay trendy, you feature a person that's up and coming to make you popping again too. This happens all the time in the game, you know what I mean? It's not a bad thing. It just makes me think about it. And I was just like, are these like the new celebrities? Because they're the ones that are being on the red carpet. Like, how many times have you ever seen when you were younger a streamer being on the red carpet? It's not really common. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just looking at it like, I feel like the limelight right now is focusing on streamers. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of this vlog. I don't want to be too long-winded. I just wanted to pour my thoughts out onto you guys and, you know, pick your brand as to what you thought about this vlog. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.